Oh, and you have some nice cards here. So I'm drawing right off to these two cards down here. So I'm seeing the Judgment card and the Victory card. So this tarot, the vice versa tarot, has two sides, two pictures for each card, which is really cool. So this side, this is the Victory card, the Six of Wands, and it's a homecoming, it's accolades. I guess the impression is that he's been victorious in a war, and it's lovely, and you see this very nice scene. On the back here, it's like there has been, and so obviously, I think very few people are going to come back from a war, but this is, metaphorically speaking, it's like victory isn't just all sunshine and rainbows, and it doesn't mean something. I'm not saying something horrible is going to happen for you to get here. I'm just going to say it takes a lot of work. is basically, it can be a struggle. There can be a lot of failures along the way to get to this point. So I always say when this card comes out is to count your wins, no matter how small. Even if it's something like, oh, I saw that person, that coworker, that relative that I always let get to me because they're just, they always have to say something inflammatory or be difficult or whatever. You know those kind of people. And this time, like, I didn't bite. I didn't let it bother me. I let it roll off my back, and I handled it well. Like, count those types of things. So the more you look for the wins, the more you're going to find them, because that's what you're focusing on, right? But when I see this with this Judgment card, for some of you, it can be like a legal matter, and there's a resolution. And this is often, I think, how court battles go. It's not fun. But something about that's just an aside for someone. It could be a battle you've won over something. Again, like counting your wins. Like, instead of focusing on the negative, like this devil it's our negative thinking that you can't do that, or self-doubt, that negative tape that all of a sudden you think of something that happened 20 years ago and it's keeping you up at night, and it's like, oh my God, why am I still allowing this thing to affect me this way? So it may be like a judgment, like you're making a decision to release yourself from something, to move on, to move forward, and that's the win, if that makes sense. The win is breaking free, is no longer getting sucked into certain situations, moving on from something. It's more like, I almost see it as an internal. It's funny, I almost said eternal. Internal mastery of some kind that you're able to apply to all aspects of your life. This is a wake-up call. You're heeding a wake-up call. So maybe some of you are sort of drama queens, or drama, that have sort of allowed yourself to get sucked into situations with certain people, and you're just like, my ex would randomly call me and just be really nasty to me. And finally my dad was like, hang up on him. Tell him if he can't be respectful, you're going to hang up on him, and hang up on him. And I was like, what? Like, mind blown. Like, what? I can do that? And it literally changed my life. Like, why? But why was I allowing that to perpetuate? Like, that's on me. You know what I mean? So it's something like that. It's like you accepting, it's like whoa, what have I been doing? And it's gonna release you from some pattern or something you've allowed to take hold. You have lots of people here. You have this King of Cups. You have the King of Swords. So water and ice. It's air, but I think of it as winter and ice and cold. Look at this beautiful crystal. And he has a dolphin behind him here, which is this intelligence. Emotional intelligence is how I look at the positive side of the king. And his negative side, he's a drama queen that loves to suck you in and create charged emotions and conflict. This guy can be a lawyer. For some of you, there is sort of a legal thing where you're like cutting away all that crap. And like, bottom line, the situation isn't healthy. Boom. Like, no more bringing all these other extraneous emotions and all these other stories where it's like he just cuts it away. He's like, nope, it's not okay. End of story. He bottom lines it. And he can articulate it in a non-emotional way that just is like, this is how it is. It doesn't leave room for starting a huge circular, sparring that just gets out of control and, like unfair fighting that's like, okay, now you're bringing up something that has nothing to do with the situation at hand. And it's just, when that happens, it's like the person wants to win and they want to suck you in. They don't want to actually try to resolve a conflict. And so that's a real red flag. Like, no, I don't, that's not productive. Nothing about this is healthy or productive. And it's bringing things back into balance. We have the lion, so Leo, potentially, with the fire. And this raptor, so we have two predators here, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what that means. Bringing things back into balance this month. So we also have this four, so there was something controlling you. This Four of Pentacles is about boundaries. And if you think about it, the traditional is this like miserly energy where this person's so obsessed with keeping their things, protecting their things that they, forget about their relationships and and that there's more to just tangible goods and things like that. So it's about, are your boundaries too strong? Are they too weak? How do you deal with that? And I feel like you're going to put up boundaries. You're like, just like I was like, that behavior's I'm not tolerating that behavior. And that's just the way it is. I'm releasing myself. And it's coming from a change in thinking. Like this Knight of Swords Knights are lots of energy in the suit that they're in. They represent change. So changing in how you're thinking, in your perspective, and you're like, wait a minute. I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to keep doing things this way. I don't have to keep going along the way I've been doing things. And that really it'll be a big wake-up call for you guys. Oh, and you also have this King of Wands. So you have three kings. You have the King of water, air, and fire on the table, which is really interesting. Once he makes a decision, he sticks with it. He stays motivated. He stays enthused. He stays on task. He doesn't burn out like younger fire signs who are more like get excited about something and then the next day it's like they're off to something new that caught their attention. He's able to maintain it and stay inspired and stay motivated long after a lot of less mature people would maybe just get sidetracked onto something else. And he's facing us. So he's really like challenging you to sort of put your money where your mouth is, like to really not just say, but do what you say you're going to do. And I saw 1111 right as I was saying that. So I think that's profound. At the bottom, we have this happily ever after card. And I think it's interesting because lots of times in decks, there's like the couple with the kids and the castle in the background. But this is like almost like they're on a deserted island and they're like, oh my God, you're safe, you're safe. And it's like all that really matters is relationships and relationships with yourself, with other people, and the things don't matter. Uh, so like this guy, like things don't matter. If that's what your priority and your focus is, um, it's just your priorities need to be examined. So count your wins, count your wins. Really look for a really positive aha moment for you this month. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.